it's just a stereotype that the boys are proposing, but the girls propose to the boys equally
Right.
as compared to the boys.
And that should be how it is.
That's how it should
So,
be.
and how was your Shark Tank experience?
It was incredible. Coming to my favorite shark would definitely be Aman, I can say, because he's a very fun guy. Like,
Then on your LinkedIn, you've stated that you've also worked on events with Honey Singh and Shah Rukh Khan.
yes.
So what was that event all about, and वो कैसा experience था, and उन लोग ने क्या बोला आपको?
So Hari Singh, I don't know. I mean, should we take it? I mean, he was dating this chick, okay, and उसके लिए हमने किया था पूरा.
Today we have with us Sukriti Agarwal, the creative force behind Outbox. As a skilled entrepreneur specializing in surprise events, Sukriti has turned her love for Bollywood and event planning into a thriving profession. She has been on Shark Tank India Season 1, showcasing her innovative approach. Join us as we explore her journey of changing dreams into reality, one event at a time. Welcome to another episode of Twisted Truths. Today I have with me Sukriti Agarwal,
Hi.
the founder and the creative force behind Outbox. I'm sure you guys have seen her in Shark Tank Season 1, and today we'll get to know a little more about her personal life, about Outbox, about the show maybe too, if she wants to. So let's get the episode going. Hi Sukriti, how are you?
I'm
And
very well.
How are you feeling today? How's the energy? And how hard do you work every day?
We don't work hard at all, because you only work hard जब आप कुछ कर रहे हो and then you feel like यार ये और जोर से करना है, ये और मेहनत करके करना है. But I think the work that we do is so easy to do, and it's so nice to deal with,
And
that
I'm
we
sure it
just
will be so much fun. No,
yeah,
really
it's
is.
so much fun that we enjoy. This दिन हम ज़्यादा काम भी करते हैं, we don't feel that we're working hard. We just
Right.
feel that we can do more and more because it's just so enjoyable.
So घर पे कौन कौन है? Tell me someone about your personal life. Family में कौन है? एकदम immediate family. Do you stay in a joint
Yeah.
family, or do you stay in a nuclear family?
So I have been born and brought up in a joint family, born and brought up in Calcutta, studied in Calcutta, and I recently got married, and it was an arranged marriage. I got married to, how do I frame it? Like,
Whomsoever you got married to, but I think you would know better.
yeah. I recently got married to Vikas, and that's his name, and he owns a cafe in Calcutta.
Right.
He's born and brought up in Calcutta. So yeah, I mean, it's been going
तो
well.
क्या उसने Outbox से कुछ plan किया था?
No, nothing at all. Surprisingly, I did not get any
ये
surprises
बहुत
because
गलत है.
yeah, that was,
क्या आपने Outbox से उसके लिए कुछ
yes,
plan?
I did plan a very nice proposal for him. I had to. I mean, if I am
What
planning
was it?
proposals, so I mean, we can keep it private. I think, yeah.
नहीं बोलिए ना. You have to. You're the founder of Outbox. If you don't tell us how you propose, then फिर audience को मजा कैसे आएगा?
Okay, so I
promise nobody will judge.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, but I had booked. It was December, and it was just 1 month before our wedding, and I had booked this entire open air terrace in a hotel. And what we had done is, so I used to play keyboard.
अच्छा.
So what I had done is I called for dinner. Like, I just called him for dinner in that particular hotel. I told him, let's go out for dinner over there. Let's do all that. I have a work over there, so you just come pick me up, and then we'll just have dinner. So he's like, okay. So he just come to the hotel, and when he came, so we had all sort of like those romantic structures and decor and all that. And when he entered, I was playing the keyboard, and like I sang 1,000 Years, and yes,
How
I mean, that's
sweet.
how he entered, and I wanted to add a personal touch to it. And then we had some coal fires and dry ice,
And what
we
was
just
his reaction to it?
he was very surprised, of course, but he was definitely expecting. He was like, "हाँ, Outbox की founder हो, कुछ तो करोगी." But yes,
The Outbox का idea कहाँ से आया?
Yeah.
Like we were just talking before the show started that you studied mass comm from
Yeah,
Xavier.
yeah.
So how did it occur during your college days? या ये कहाँ से आया and कैसे हुआ ये?
so it was right after college. So previously, I had started Outbox with a friend from Xavier's.
Okay.
And what we had done is we'd started a company which would do fancy deliveries. Okay.
अच्छा.
So the idea was that, we spend so much money on gifting, like, buying a gift and sending it to the person, but we do not spend money on the experience of receiving it. Like, for example, today, if you are sending a birthday gift to a 3-year-old child,
Right.
so, if you go send it through a delivery, like any delivery boy, versus if a Mickey Mouse is going and giving it to the child,
Yeah.
the child would be ecstatic, and the impact of receiving that good gift would be much more.
Right.
So that's how the idea started, that, we should work on the delivery experience. So that's why the name of the company was Outbox Delivery.
Okay.
And that's why previous logo had a boy running, because that's how we wanted to show what we are doing. And then what happened is, while we were doing that, we were a delivery company. You can call us fancy courier, right?
Okay.
So while we were doing that, we started getting a lot of queries for, why don't you send a Mickey Mouse at night, midnight, like, sharp at 12. What more can you do for my partner? So then it struck us that, why can't we send a guitarist? At 12 baje, it's your birthday, you open the door and the guitarist starts singing a happy birthday for you. Like, you will be overjoyed.
Absolutely.
So we started doing that, and that clicked so well. Like, it became viral. Like, you could call a guitarist to your house to wish you a birthday at midnight. And then right after that, I remember it was just been a month that we started doing that, and Christmas came, and then we started doing Santa at your doorstep. So it was more like, a Santa Claus will come to your house, dance on the jingle bells, and give your child a gift. It's like a dream come true for a child.
Obviously, for
and
sure.
that actually was like the wow moment for us, where we got covered by a lot of media.
Right.
Where from your story, which was quite famous in 2013,
Yes.
to any local media, they covered us and they gave us a lot of footage over there, where we realized, okay, this can be a business model now. So from there, moving onwards, we just hired a good team and we moved to private dinners and then proposals. And today we are completely a surprise company.
Surprise company.
Yeah. So now it's Outbox Surprises.
So, so if somebody has to ask you, like, what do you do? What does Outbox मतलब क्या करता है? So how would you like really sum it up? Because it's very fancy, planning a surprise. So would you just say that we plan surprises?
So no. So we plan, yes, of course, we plan surprises and experiences, but they are very, very personalized. They are very customized, and they're very emotional. Like, anything that you do is very, very quite emotional, and will leave a meaningful impact in your life. It's not a very materialistic gifting company. So you don't come to our website and you buy gifts, but you plan an experience with us, which will be memorable for you for your lifetime.
Right. So, have you ever received a request which you thought, यार ये तो मतलब ये तो कर ही नहीं पाएंगे, ऐसा कभी कुछ हुआ होगा?
We do get weird requests a lot, that I want to come down off a helicopter on my partner's terrace and weird stuff like that, which is very impractical. But
because I'm sure you have to keep safety in mind as well.
Yeah. So there are things that, of course, we do want your whims and fancies to come true, but it has to be very, very practical and logical too. But not talking about weird requests, but yes, there have been some very heart-touching requests, which we do, and we felt that, oh my God, wow, this is true love. So, for example, there was this time where we used to do midnight cake deliveries. So रात को 12 बजे हम केक आपको deliver करेंगे अच्छे से balloons के साथ. So there was this client that we had, and he was dating this girl, and the girl's family did not know about any of the scene that they had, and he was like, मेरे को तो 12 बजे उसको मिलना ही है. Like, I want to meet her no matter what, and the girl's family doesn't know, she can't come down, and I want to give her the cake. So he really came to our office and requested us that, I want your guys' t-shirt, like they all wear Outbox t-shirt. Make me wear that, and I want to go and deliver the cake to her, so that I get to see her. And we had to do that, and he wore the Outbox uniform, and he took the cake and he went to the girl's family to deliver the cake to her, and it's still a secret. Like, the girl's family still doesn't know that this has happened.
Wow.
He was actually the future son-in-law.
Oh wow. So and has it ever happened that sometimes the proposal has gone wrong? कभी ऐसा हुआ है? oops moment kabhi?
Proposal gone wrong.
Ever, like.
Not really. Yes, but we've had no shows. We can say that probably like they have planned everything and they did not show up at all.
So
Due to
उस समय like was it from the boys side or the girls side or both?
no, it's equal. So
Equal,
I
right?
think it's just a stereotype that the boys are proposing, but the girls propose to the boys equally
Right.
as compared to the boys.
And that should be how it should be.
That's how it should
So
be.
so
Absolutely.
so when in the case of these no shows, then you as a founder, how do you manage?
So we feel extremely bad, of course, because we definitely feel that there has to be some major emergency for which you will cancel such a big life moment of your,
Right.
life which you have planned with love and care. We try to cooperate as much as we can, and we obviously do not get involved in their personal lives. But yes, we try to reschedule it or.
तो एक बड़ा अजीब सा सवाल आ रहा है, तो ये नो शोज के केस में पेमेंट मांग सकते हो उसके बाद की पेमेंट ड्यू था, ये मेरे को जानना है.
So thankfully we work on 100% advance payment.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, all the
Because
costs
उससे
are
तो
being
ऑड हो
taken
जाता
care of.
होगा,
Yeah, the
आए
costs
तो
are being
नहीं है,
taken
बट
care of.
पेमेंट का क्या करें बताइए.
Yeah.
So-
Absolutely.
And how was your family's reaction to it, like your parents' reaction when you said you want to do this, and how are they feeling about it now?
So initially they really thought that we were killing time, and they
Acha.
were like, "ठीक है,
Okay.
कर लो थोड़े दिन," like as much as they were supportive. I would say, I would not say they would like against it, but they were mostly like this is more like a time pass.
Pocket
we feel.
money
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
because the thing is, honestly, my mom was like, "What problem are you solving? By doing this? ये तो कोई
right.
problem नहीं है. हम birthday मना रहे हैं तो इतने event marriages है. You're not solving any problem. So I don't see any big scope in it." And I was like, I don't think I'm solving any problem, but I'm creating a problem because I feel ये तो problem है ही नहीं, इसको खड़ा करते हैं ना. So like initially when we started, it was not a thing that you have to propose to your partner. मतलब इतना mandatory नहीं था. But today I think with the help of social media, so much of FOMO is created that everybody feels that kind of maybe pressure or yes, an impact that they want to create. They want to do that.
Right.
Everybody feels like doing a proposal
So,
now. So ये तो problem था ही नहीं पहले.
On this note, the very good thing you mentioned. So, like the clients that come to you, in your opinion, what is like the percentage? What is the divide of people who come out of sheer love and people who come out of, as you said, peer pressure? या उसने किया तो मुझे भी करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah. That's quite a lot, I would say, and I think it's all because of the social media today. But yes, I would definitely say it's a 50-50.
And you as a founder can feel it कि कौन.
Yeah, we get to know. मतलब we can talk to you for 2 minutes and we can tell you whether you are in a love marriage, whether you are in an arranged marriage, whether you're doing this out of pressure, whether you're doing it as a love. So we understand all of that. Of course, it's been an experience, but yes, I mean, I think, but even people who are doing out of pressure, even they have love within them. ऐसा नहीं है.
I'm sure.
हाँ. It's more like they don't know how to express it.
Yeah.
They
express it.
Yeah. There are some people. So there's some people who come and they exactly know. I want this kind of flowers and I want this kind of candles and these many candles and this is what my partner likes and I want this particular cuisine and this particular dish has to be there and the chocolate has to be so much of use this dark chocolate, this, that, in the dessert, everything. They're like perfect to the T. And then there are people who come to us and they're like, "Aap kar dijiye kuch bhi," I just want my partner to feel nice. I don't know this. You know it better. Just do it. So I don't think that we can tag them as peer pressure or something.
Right.
It's just that they are less expressive, I would say.
और आजकल के दिन में kind ही होना चाहिए, so we can.
At the end, I feel we keep telling them this is when we train any of our new joinee. We tell them that for you it's a job. For you, you're doing this every day. For you, it's like मेरे को काम करना है and I'm getting paid for it. But for the person who you're doing it for, that's the biggest moment of his life, or that's probably the most special dinner of his life. So what you are doing is your daily job, but उनके life में वो दिन वापस नहीं आएगा.
Right.
So you have to think every dinner is important for me, or every client is as important for me as every other client. So
and how would, like, you segregate yourself from, say, an event planner per se and like a proposal planner.
Yeah.
How do you segregate? Is it like, आप कैसे segregate करोगे? Can we call you an event planner?
Of course, I mean, this is a gray area, we would say. I mean, there's a thin line between an event planner and a surprise planner.
Right.
Because ultimately, uh, we're in the same industry.
Yes,
so,
correct.
yeah, I mean, you cannot segregate that. But of course, we are not event managers, I would
Right.
say.
Right.
When an event manager, when you're working with a wedding event manager or somebody, they are handling weddings at a large scale.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
when you're talking about a proposal planner like us, we are dealing with your emotions.
Yeah.
We are dealing with personalization. We want everything according to what you want and what your partner wants.
Right.
When an event manager is working with you, what they do, what according to your family wants,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
your
yeah,
parents want.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more like their perspective, hamara image, and what we want to show in the crowd, and this is what we want, right? Not what our kids who are getting married they want.
Right.
It's more like that. But when we are doing something, it's more like it's just both of you.
Right.
You guys are the most important people of that night. You're the stars. Just tell us what you want and we'll do it.
Right.
It's more personalized.
Have you ever like thought of maybe foraying into the event manager or event planner zone as well, where
Of course, we've got inbound requests where
I'm
people
sure.
want us
Yeah.
to do the weddings, but I don't plan. I mean, I don't plan to.
If you're clear of
Yes,
that.
because I want to have a niche. I want to have a specialization in what we're doing. Today, if I venture out into weddings, then I mean, I feel then who will do the proposals? I mean, फिर वो खिचड़ी हो जाता है ना. So I feel there has to be somebody who's just taking care of the
Right.
proposals, and there have to be somebody who's just taking care of your wedding.
So for anybody say who's starting out, suppose anybody say studying mass comm, or say studying events, or maybe studying anything, but they want to be part of the event industry. How lucrative do you think the proposal planning part is? Because to be very honest, we know of so many event managers and
Yes.
event planners, but we are not much aware of the proposal planners.
Absolutely, it's a growing market.
After you coming on Shark Tank, this word has been, it's come out a lot. Your company has also been voted as the number one proposal planner in a lot of publications.
I'm not aware of that.
We are aware of that. So congratulations on that. So,
Thank you.
तो कोई अगर स्टार्ट ऑफ कर रहा है तो उसके लिए ये how does one take this part into consideration, and how lucrative or what is the money that is involved while maybe investing as well as the returns that are there?
So I think this is a great start if you want to actually get into weddings or event planning. This is actually a very great start to work. Firstly, I would like to say whatever you want to do in life, whichever industry you want to get, always work with the best. आप उनके अंडर पहले काम करके सीखो what they're doing before starting on your own. I think that is one thing that I personally regret not doing, because we started very early. I started right out of college and I had no one to teach me. So we just figured out मतलब कैसे करते हैं, ये कैसे करते हैं, वो कैसे करते हैं. So it took us some time to get there, right? But I feel had I just worked under an event manager for 1 year, also like I would have gained so much knowledge and practical knowledge of what exactly happens on field, because it's very different on field. So I feel you should always work under someone, get that experience, and then start on your own. That's the first thing. The second thing is uh, it's a very fun industry. You are so well connected with your clients that by the time the event is over, you feel happy that wow, I mean, what have I done? Like, I have added to their celebrations and I have added value to it, and they become like families. I have so many clients who come to my house for dinners, and we like they've just become family for us. So I think you're so well deeply connected with them. You know their likes, their dislikes. You become their best friends till the time the event is happening. So it's you will never get bored. Definitely, I think it's a very lucrative industry in that sense that आजकल का क्या है ना, attention span जो बोलते हैं बहुत short हो गया है, बहुत short है. So that way you will never get bored, because every day you're dealing with new people and they come up with a new perspective, they come up with a new idea कि मेरे को ये करना है, मेरे को वो करना है, and you're just trying to, like, make it come to life. So it's a very enjoyable industry, so people will definitely enjoy. With regards to investment, I don't think there's a lot of, it's not a very heavy capital intensive uh, industry. So we don't usually have to spend on infrastructure or anything. It's mostly we have vendors for it, and they specialize it, and everything is hired. So it's definitely a very, very easy market to enter for somebody who wants to start out.
Right. So, like, if I have to just maybe ask you to summarize, like, the 3 things one must have in them or should have in them to venture into this field, what would
definitely a creative mind, right? I mean, because creativity is the key. Because what happens is, if you're dealing with a vendor, if there are multiple event managers dealing with the same vendors, so how are you the differentiator? Your differentiation factor is only the creativity that you are bringing on the table. So definitely one is the creativity. The second is the capability to listen to your clients and fulfill it. So today, your clients are everything, and if it's their day at the end, they want it their way. Everybody's got their own tastes and choices, and it depends how you bring it to life, like I said. So definitely the second thing is, if you don't understand your clients well, or if you don't listen to them, then it's not going to be a great mix. So second would be that, and the third thing to start out would be a great team. I mean, I mean, get your friends, get your family to do the starting wala events. I mean, I've had my cousins do the stuff while the proposal is happening, because we do not have a team and we do not have a staff. So initially we used to have this thing कि proposal हो रहा है, तो हम पीछे ऐसे 10 feet का banner खोलते थे, will you marry me का. So there have been times I did not have staff to do that. I took my cousins along and they are holding the banner and the client is proposing. So I think that is not a problem. I mean, you do not have to hire people. Just get anyone to help you out, because it's always a teamwork in an event industry.
कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि where client खुश नहीं हुआ, ये बहुत गुस्सा हो गया हो?
I mean, of course, you can't have 100% on every day. Garbad in the sense, let me just think about it.
मतलब जो लोग अब friends नहीं है, जो लोग dinner पे अब नहीं आते, मैं उनका बात कर रहा हूँ. Dinner पे तो वो लोग आते जो friends बन गए.
No, not really with the work, because what our working style is that before they enter, we've always shared the pictures with them that, see, this is what is done. If you want any changes, you please tell us before you enter. So mostly everyone is satisfied. But yes, we've had couples who have come for the dinner and, I don't know, fought for some reason and left in between.
Like fought with you guys or fought between them?
Between them and left in between. Oh, yes. So there was this one time, we were doing a horse carriage, okay? So the idea was that a horse carriage will come under your house. And, we'll lay a red carpet and then you can call your partner and then you go out for a ride. रात को midnight में करते थे. It's a very nice experience. आपके घर के नीचे आएगा. So this one time, what happened is, there's this guy who called us and he just got engaged and he was doing it for his partner. And the horse carriage came and the girl is there and they both are sitting. And just right when the horse carriage was leaving, we saw like 3 bikers coming from behind and they're following the horse carriage, and we're like, what is happening? And later on, we got to know that it was the girl's ex who was following them, and they was like not okay with what is happening. So it was very funny. It was quite a funny moment because he was literally chasing.
और उसके बाद क्या हुआ? जब चेस करने के बाद कुछ लास्ट में हुआ?
We don't know. Our job was done.
And how was your Shark Tank experience?
It was incredible. So we were in season 1. तब तो कुछ पता भी नहीं था कि how will the nation react to it, or will it be a successful show or not. Of course, everybody's binge watched Shark Tank US, but Indian version is of course a more Indianized version. So what happened was, we just got to know through a friend that Shark Tank might come with the Indian season.
Right.
And why don't you guys apply for it? And in just fluke, we just filled up a form and we applied for it. And like luck was on our side. You can say that we were just clearing rounds and rounds and rounds. So before you reach the show, you have to clear multiple rounds of auditions.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
And you actually have a mock shark interview audition as well before you make it to the show. So we were just clearing, and after 6 months of clearing audition, we actually made it to the show. But what happened after the show, it was actually life changing for us because, I mean, when it aired on television, our website crashed in 2 minutes of it being aired. Our helpline was ringing the entire night. Like, we were obviously prepared for it, but our helpline did not stop ringing till 6 in the morning. And we got incredible business throughout the year, I would say, from Pan India. Like, people were calling us from all over India and they wanted to do proposals. It felt like suddenly everybody's in love. The entire nation is in love. Sabko proposal karna hai, sabko. So then we realized that this was such a big gap. It's just that they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But market to hai.
So what is the like? Who was your I can say favorite shark, or who was the shark which really intimidated you? Yeah, or was it very chill behind the scenes?
So behind the scenes, you're not actually allowed to
meet them.
Yes,
Acha.
yes. So do you want me to speak more about behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Thing?
Feel free, like.
Okay, so what happens is once you have cleared all the auditions and everything, then you're called to Bombay for the final show.
Right.
Okay, and there rehearsals actually. So the rehearsals goes on for 3 days, I would say, where you meet the entire show team members one by one. So there's a costume department, and then there is a pitch department, and then there is a finance department. So what happens is you work on your pitch with the pitch department, they work on your costumes, and they work on the finance bit.
Right.
You know, they just clean your numbers a bit, that this is what you should ask, and you know, they tweak it a little according to what is more what works more in your favor. So you know, they just polish you for 2 days,
Right.
and on the final day of the shoot, that is the day when you actually see the sharks.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to meet before that. And so then, you know, I think you get very intimidated then when that music starts, and then you're allowed to like go. Like, you know, then they say action, and then you just start walking and the gate opens, and then you see the sharks. That's actually the first time you see the sharks.
And is it all one take, or are there cuts in between?
So it's always one take. And when you come out of that gate and the gate closes, you're not allowed to meet the sharks. So it's not like we're chilling with the sharks behind the stage or something. It's like one take mein aap jo dekh rahe ho wahi hai. Of course, you can chill with other contestants and who are going next, but not with the sharks.
Right.
Yeah. And what you actually see, which is like just 10 minutes or so
Obviously,
on the show, it actually is 1.5 or 2 hours for every contestant. They grill you. It's not like they give you the investment in that 10 minutes.
They cannot, if they're putting their money on something, they have to.
Your numbers have to be very clean. Your bank or whatever you are stating on the show, you have to be like absolutely true, because they are going to like catch hold of you after that. Of course. So that happens. Coming to my favorite shark would definitely be Aman, I can say, because he's a very fun guy. Like, you know, if I had to choose a brand ambassador from one of the sharks, I would choose Aman, because he's a very young, fun guy I think he resonates with our brand more.
Right.
But definitely, Anupam is the way forward. I mean, I think he's in the same field industry, so if we had to, it would make more sense for us to go ahead with Anupam if it had to be.
And if I remember correctly, then I think Anupam had said, let's talk after the show. Or
Yes.
So did he actually call you? Or
yes, we got in touch with him and we are working together in some way now.
So that's really good to know.
Yeah.
So, and how did your social media react to it after the Shark Tank episode? Was it like a boom or something?
It was absolutely a boom. Like, we started getting non-stop like, you know, likes, followers, engagement. Of course that was there, but the funny thing was so many memes were also created after that. There were 2-3 things I mean that happened on the show which became very funny memes, and people started tagging us and all that, and anything that came to proposals and surprises and all that. But what I was surprised was that there was so much of love that we were receiving, because people were using our brand name as
Right.
to comparing it with 5 brands that we like from Shark Tank, or
Yes.
3 services that you should try in India, or
Yes.
something like that. So we were so surprised to see so many of the upcoming vloggers doing all of
Right,
that.
right.
So we were enjoying the impact.
So also, my team did a little bit of research on you, and they found out that on your LinkedIn you've stated that you've also worked on events with Honey Singh and Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what was that event all about, and वो कैसा experience था, and उन लोग ने क्या बोला आपको?
So Honey Singh was here for a concert in Calcutta, and he was here with his partner, and coincidentally it was his partner's birthday.
Right.
And his team reached out to us. So initially they were not revealing कि कौन है. They were like, this, it's a VIP, आपको confidential रखना है, ये है, वो है, all of that. But because everything is personalized to the T, like whenever we do something, so eventually they had to like give us the names and
absolutely.
the pictures and everything, and then we were like, Honey Singh, yaar, I mean, we have to do something like nicer, in the sense, like, so quirky, like, when he enters, we play some nice Honey Singh music or something like that. But it went really well, and they really enjoyed, and they had a very good feedback. I mean, they had a nice evening. For Shah Rukh Khan, it was just, I would say, luck for us. So, IPL was going on, and
कौन से साल की बात है ये?
this was last year.
Like this year or
2022?
अच्छा, 2022. Yeah. Okay.
So IPL was going on, and Shah Rukh was again in Calcutta for the match, one of the matches, and I think it was much anticipated that KKR was going to win that day. I think he had anticipated it for sure that आज तो KKR जीतेगा ही, and he wanted to throw a party for the team, for the winning thing,
Right,
as a celebration, because I think it was a very important match. It was a semi-final or something like that, some very important match.
Right.
So his team reached out to us in the afternoon, and they wanted to plan a nice party at night at ITC just after the team returns.
Yeah.
But the major thing that we had to do is we had to design it in a way that the team has won, assuming the team to jeeti hai, and then we had to do. So our major thing was, what if the team does not win? I mean, it's all going to go in vain. But thankfully, KKR did win, and we ended up doing a very nice party for him and his team. So he was there at the party, and he threw that for the entire team.
Did you get a chance to interact with him?
No, we did not. His team is very, very strict. I mean, his team is very strict with, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot post pictures, you cannot write anything, stuff like that. Right. So, yeah.
What has been your biggest challenge as of now as an entrepreneur till date?
The biggest challenge, I think, till now only has been the acceptance of adapting to the culture of proposing, I would say. For example, when we started, that time we had to educate people about planning proposals, कि मतलब आपको ये भी plan करना पड़ता है और आपको ये करना चाहिए. Like we had to educate them that why should you do it? You must do a proposal. Right. And they're like, no, we have already gotten engaged. We're not getting married. I know I'm getting married. I mean, what's the point? So then we had to tell them that, no, everybody, whether it's a male or a female, they deserve to get a proposal. आपको एक official तो करना चाहिए, kneel down, okay? So we had to really put in a lot of effort.
Educate them, maybe.
Yeah, in convincing them and educating them that, you must do it, because it's something that you will carry it forward for your entire life.
Right.
You'll have a story to tell.
Right.
But now it's not so. Now we get at least 10 calls a day that we want to plan a proposal for my partner. And now it's become very easy. So I think the challenge of when you bring something new to the market, you have to put in 10 times extra effort, and then it gets easy.
And as you said earlier, you are creating that need. When you're creating that need, you have to give it some time.
Exactly. So I think the major challenge was to make people accept that this is a problem and I want to do this. And yes, I mean, I feel like doing this. I don't need to be convinced about planning a proposal, but I want to plan a proposal for my
Right,
partner,
right.
or I want to take my partner out for a romantic dinner, or I want to celebrate. The idea of celebration, we've actually changed that. So,
Yes.
pehle initially it was always like event manager se aapko bada party karana hai, but now we've actually moved that to, even if you're doing a family dinner, just celebrate that in a nicer way. So
Right.
that idea is changing slowly.
Right. And what's been your biggest paycheck till now?
Paycheck
Biggest.
50 lakhs.
Wow. And how
Yeah.
did that feel?
That was amazing, and that was actually through Shark Tank, you can say, because after Shark Tank aired, we got a call from one of a very, very uh, how do I say it? One of a very established person who wanted to do something for
Okay.
his wife, and
From which city? Here or?
this was Gurgaon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually came down to Calcutta to do it because the services are only here, and he was like, I'm not being able to trust anyone to do it. So, and his wife was from Calcutta, so he was like,
Acha.
I will come down to Calcutta
Right.
and we'll do it. Not a problem. You don't have to come to Gurgaon. And then we planned something really massive for him.
And how massive was it?
So-
like if I have to ask you, because I had this question written, like what is the most massive thing you have planned? Was it this one?
Yeah, so massive in the sense that his wife was initially from Calcutta 50 years back,
Acha.
and then they moved to Gurgaon, and then they settled in Gurgaon. The guy doesn't know anything about Calcutta,
Acha.
so unka wo nahi tha.
Hmm.
But because we were here and her roots were from Calcutta, he got all his friends from all over the world to Calcutta as a surprise for her
Wow.
on that particular day, to plan a surprise for her on her birthday. So it was just a very close event for 20 people. But what he did for 20 people was like very, very massive for that entire 2 days. It was a proper 2-day event just for that wife of his that he wanted.
And so as you said, right after college you started
Yeah.
Outbox. And did you ever thought of venturing into something else, or alongside this maybe do something else, or was it like ab ye hai to-
No. I have been enjoying doing this so much that it's more like, or jitna time ho, I want to invest more time in Outbox only because it's so much fun knowing their stories, knowing what they want to do, what is trending in the market, what is the Gen Z talking about.
Right.
I am loving this. I think if I had more time in life, I would do more of proposals and
or
surprises.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you had to like change anything about your life, would you want to change anything, or are you like very, very happy?
I am very happy, thankfully. I don't think I want to change anything right now. I'm happily married. I'm enjoying my work. I mean, yeah, I have a very good team. So I'm very happy.
How
with life.
difficult is it? Because they said you're as good as your team.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it, or how easy is it to find a team that really matches your, say, work speed, your ideologies, your culture, the environment, and the entire vibe, as they say?
I think especially in the service industry, I do know about the product market because I have not really explored more of that. But especially in the service industry, you are what your team is. I mean, if you cannot manage your team, your service goes for a toss. So your team has to be like really, really the best. And the best, I don't mean like very educated, highly qualified,
Yeah.
or people who are drawing higher checks. Nothing like that. I mean, I also have salaried employees who are drawing like really minimal salaries, but I can vouch for it. But what they're doing with dedication, and they will go out of the way to make any event very, very successful. So that's what matters. If till the time you are taking it as your personal event, that is your intent matters a lot actually. So it does not matter how qualified you are. It more matters is how dedicated you are towards the work. So the team is very important.
Right. To conclude, I would ask you, like, we've talked about the youth in terms of your tips that you can give to the youth who wants to venture into this. But in general, there is this startup culture which is growing in India, and a lot of people who have just graduated from colleges, who have just maybe done their post graduation, they now want to start something of their own. A lot of times it becomes successful, a lot of times unfortunately it tends to fizzle out. So like how do they keep themselves motivated in whichever field they have started to keep going on and become a success? And I think you're the right person to say that.
So, to keep up your motivation, I feel that people are running towards funding, and I want to be like funded with this series, that series, and I think that is just what people are fancying about. कि मेरे को startup founder बनना है, मेरे को funding raise करना है, but क्या करना है उस पैसे का people don't know. So I think that is one major demotivation for a youngster who's starting out,
Right.
especially because they are running after money. But I personally feel that you need to first figure out what you want to do, and by what you want to do, I don't mean the industry that you want to venture out in, but what market gap are you filling. So I personally feel that if you are starting out and doing something which somebody already is doing, there's nothing wrong in it, but do it differently. Otherwise, there's no point doing something, or do it more efficiently.
Right.
So being more efficient is the key. Firstly, secondly is finding a market gap which is not existing right now, and thirdly, I don't think anybody should run after funding. And all major successful startups today are bootstrapped. You can take Zerodha's success story; they are bootstrapped. So I don't think raising a fund is so important. So I think if these three things are taken care of, if you don't expect so much, I think they'll be well settled.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Sukriti, for talking to us.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I had a very
It was a
insightful
pleasure.
time. Hope you had a great time as well.
I had a lovely time.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and we wish you all the best, and may your business scale higher and higher and higher.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, yes. And Sukriti, before you go, we would request you to write a small note for us and read it out to the camera out there. You're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
can
It's just
read it.
one line.
Yeah, it can even one word.
Okay.
Like go.
Okay. So this is for the team, right? Okay. So I've written that wishing you all a life filled with lots of surprises.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's like Outbox.
That's all.
And this is a small gift which I forgot to give you. So sorry for that.
Thank you so much
You're
for the
most
Twisted
welcome.
Truth hamper.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.